Turn right on Avondale Avenue.
Hello. Wherever you are on our tantalizing planet called Earth, I hope you are having a sweet day, evening, or night wherever you are located. I'm talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation. I believe it lasts for 7 seasons. I'm talking about an episode that came from season 3, and it's called The Offspring. I'm sure if you're a Star Trek, definitely Star Trek Next Generation fan, you know or you recall what the Offspring episode was about. It's the episode where Lieutenant Commander Data apparently made another Soong-type of artificial life form. Yes, artificial life form, which it is. In this one, Data was so exact that unlike most species or most humanoids, the Offspring does not get to choose his gender. But Data was so thoughtful that he gave the opportunity of gender assignment and species assignment. He left it up to his offspring. Now, the reason I'm truly doing this episode of it, I will give a review of it, because when the episode first came out in 1980 something, or 1990, the early 1990s, I cried then, and 20, 30 years later, when I watched it, the tears still kept pouring out of my eyes, as you know. And I think I know why. Because, yes, even though androids, they don't go through a physical growth cycle like most organic living things. We go through a physical cycle where we come out tiny, then over the years we become larger. That include all mammals, whether it's the baby fish that come out as little translucent specks, whether it's a tadpole that starts out something small, whether it's a alligator, a little baby alligator is a little thing no bigger than 3 inches, or a little teeny poisonous snake. And with poisonous snakes, the Offspring, they had their poison too, but they just look tiny and cute. But the android, it is made to be in a adult form. Now, the similarities that it have with other organic life form, that it must grow and learn. So while it is in its adult physical form, its cognitive ability, its awareness ability, is still that of a young hatchling. Yeah, I like that word, a young hatchling. As you saw in that episode, Data had to treat his daughter, Law, which in Hindu means beloved. He had to tenderly guide her through her evolutionary cycle, where she can become, a contributing member of Starfleet or whatever. But here's the catch with them. Well, I guess most creatures too, like the so-called lower life forms, they can become an adult in a matter of months. You get me? Like a fish can become an adult fish in a matter of months. Like a dog and a cat, they reach their adult reproductive cycle in a matter of months. So it doesn't matter with this android. It probably would reach a sufficient maturity level in maybe a month or a few years. So it still have similarities of at least the lower. I can't even say the lower, because a chimp may take about 2 and a chimp, which is very close to a human, it may take about 2 or 3 years to reach its maturity. It's just human beings that I know of take like decades to reach full awareness of their abilities. So Data was was guiding his daughter through its mental evolutionary cycle. He had to teach her what a flower was, what a painting was. He had to teach her when she's looking at something, just don't keep her eyes open. He said, learn how to blink to mimic humans, which they were patterned off of. So learn how to blink, learn how to socialize and talk to people. Stop saying I'm functioning with normal parameters and just say I'm fine, as you saw she was able to say. So Data, the main part, was showing her how to become a cognizant, sentient life form. But if you know, you saw that episode, Star Trek, not Star Wars, the Federation interfered and tried to separate Data from his daughter. Now, if you looked at season 2, I believe it was episode 6, where Lieutenant Commander Data won the right to be considered a sentient, living creature. But when Starfleet interfered and tried to take Data's daughter away from her, they was basically going back on what they said. Because as Lieutenant Commander Data recognized, how many sentient creatures have to hand their offspring over to the government? Very few. Now, I know it probably some alien species who do that, but usually in the Star Trek universe, when you have to hand your child over to another power, it's usually because that child is destined to be a ruler, a leader. So they hand it over for that. Starfleet just wanted Data's daughter to experiment on her and see what it could do. That's it. So it was trying to break, as Captain Picard said, it was trying to break the umbilical cord that connected Data and his daughter. Data and Law, they were willing to join Starfleet, but not on Starfleet time. Law and Data wanted to stay together for her formative years. So they never told Starfleet, I'm not going to never come there to the Armstrong Institute, wherever they needed to go. They would have went. But being a ruling power, Starfleet wanted to snatch her instantly from her so-called father, which was Data. So, now, you know, when we make something, it's a little bit better than us. A little bit better. So Data's daughter was afraid. But originally, Data's daughter was an exact duplicate of him. But you know, when you make something, there's always going to be some slight variations, as Data and everyone saw that she was developing human feelings. But since she was an exact blow physical copy of Data, the circuitry in her could not handle being or having human emotions. So she started to malfunction. As you saw in the episode, she was starting to feel fear because the Starfleet was going to take her away from her only family. And as you was watching the episode, you got to see Data and Law, they were actually becoming a family. Now, this is the part, as I said, that still bring me to tears this day. You know, in the last several seconds of the show, when Data was talking to his child, he said, Law, he could not correct the system failures. And Law said, I know. Then he said, I have to deactivate you. She understood that. And then she started saying the word, I feel. Then Data, being as tender as he can, said, Lord, what do you feel? And the part that had the tears rolling down my eyes 20 years later is when she said, I love you, Father. That part, even to this day, touched me. Because even though Data, he was trying to say, I love you, but he could not say it. All he could say is, I wish I could too. And then Law said, I will feel it for the both of us. Then she started going through her memories, what it's like to kiss someone, what it's like to laugh, what it's like to have joy. Since she could feel, she was recording all those emotions for Data to experience. And as you know, when the show was over, the crew made their apology to Data and his loss, but Data said, and this is a part that touched me too, he said, she so enriched my life. She so enriched my life. I recorded all her experiences, emotions and all, back into me. And after that, they just sat down and the show was over. So that's my personal take on season 3, The Offspring, when Data tried to, but unsuccessfully, made another Soong-class android. If you like my review of Star Trek The Next Generation, The Offspring, give me a thumbs up. If you have a comment to make about what touched you about the episode, please leave a comment. If you would like to subscribe to hear me talk about other sci-fi shows that I find interesting, please subscribe. Until the next time, peace.